There we go. Accidentally went live to a different feed. Yeah, it did messed up. Fixed it. We're back. Oh my god. Okay. We're live, baby. No more problems. We're in. We're locked in. Welcome back. It is probably Wednesday. Feels like a Monday. Bitcoin is giving us the classic middle finger pattern here. This morning we saw a beautiful little rally. In fact, I woke up, looked at my phone, and there was a gorgeous green candle in front of me. And I said, you know, I'll just mess around on my phone for a little bit. This is a great way to start the day. I'll just relax. And that candle instantly gone. Gone before I could even look at it again. Sold right back off. What's up, Eternal G, over at Twitch? My only Twitch mod. Holding it down. I appreciate you viewing from any platform that you can see this from. We're live on X, YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, Kick. Probably even some I don't even know at this point. TikTok. We're back on TikTok. I don't know. TikTok said they banned us from live streaming on the last one, and apparently not. Apparently they didn't do that. Who knows? I guess I can't do a screenshot. Doesn't matter. Who knows? We're back, baby. I appreciate you viewing wherever you're at. You can join us on the main stream at youtube.com/TomCrown. There was 100 people here waiting for the live before it even started. We're pulling some numbers today. Let's go. Apparently, people are paying attention to the charts, and I don't blame them. Some of these alt charts are looking cooked, bro. Like, nah, really bad. We're going to look at those. I'm going to share with you the ones that I have seen that look the worst. There may be worse ones out there. We'll go over them together. We'll look for potential supports that they may be seeking out. We will pray together to be graced by green candles. And we'll cope a little bit. I'm imagining there's some stuff you guys want to talk about because we now have over 200 live viewers on YouTube. In the first few, I don't know, 3 minutes, that is unusual. What's going on over there? We got hype. You boys are hyping it up. I appreciate it. Wherever you are, make sure you tap the screen, double tap the screen, give it some likes, share it out, follow, subscribe wherever you are. Engage with the live so that the algorithms favor it. We're going to jump into Bitcoin. We're going to jump into alts. Of course, silver and Tesla melting faces. Tesla at all-time high. Last time Tesla ran, so did crypto, so fingers crossed there. We have a lot of charts to break down for a Wednesday, and before we jump into it really briefly, I want to tell you guys, anybody out there who's new finding this channel, what we're about. We are not fortune tellers. We don't know the future. No one knows the future in trading. Some people lie to you and say they do, but no one actually knows. I never pretend to know for sure what's going to happen next. I always give you what I believe the analysis, what I believe the fundamentals are telling me is the most likely outcome. Everything I do is to help you guys succeed. I don't accept money to shill. I don't accept money from projects to dump on you, to rug you. I've given up millions of dollars over the last 7 years of live streaming on YouTube to those projects for you guys. We at best are a place that does some trades. I don't give any financial advice, so please don't blindly copy me, but I will be doing analysis and setting up potential or hypothetical trades. Please do not blindly copy them. Think for yourself. And at worst, we are a place to cope. The real world does not understand what you're going through, especially as Christmas is coming around the corner, or the holidays in general. You're going to have some, let's be real, some shitty family members. I was going to use different words, that are going to celebrate your misery. They'll probably ask you how that Bitcoin's going, how those altcoins going, in a very crappy way of them. Most of them, I'd like to believe, are not trying to hurt you. They simply, I just can't control themselves. I don't know. But at the core of it, they don't understand. They don't get it. And at our worst on this channel, that's what I hope we can offer as a community of people who are going through the same thing with you. We've been through bear markets. We've been through bull markets. And whatever happens next year and the year after that, we'll be here. Whether it's good or bad or in between, we'll ride the waves together and we'll make it through. So that's enough for that. That's enough for that. So join us over at youtube.com. Jump in our Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. Discord.gg/TomCrown. YouTube.com/TomCrown. Join us over there and check out joincrowncrypto.com as well, our premier premium trading group if you're looking for some trading mentoring. We're going to start that back up in the beginning of the year, I think in 26. I have not been pushing it. So let me pull up these chats, see if there's anything I'm just missing here. Sell now. People are very bearish over on TikTok. Oh my. Oh my. Saying sell now, inverse hammer. This is the ugliest candle ever. Are we cooked? Some things look pretty cooked, bro. The good news is this. So if the bears are right, if the bear, the really bearish people, if thinking there's no rally into the end of the year, we're going to close down, maybe we even close lower, right? We're hearing a lot of this talk like down 70s. If they're right, the good news, and this is going to hurt, is that we're a year into the bear market. If this year closes red, and especially if it closes lower than here, it's currently at 68.4. If we close like even here, but obviously 70s, whatever, lower, we are a year into the bear market already, meaning we've already gotten most of the crap behind us. We've already had most of the pain. That's the silver lining. I have not lost hope. I remain bullish, whether that bites me in the ass here. It has in the past. Whether that does or doesn't, I remain bullish. I do believe, and I still am holding on to hope that there will be at least one more rally into the end of this year. We have not had a good old-fashioned Santa New Year's rally on Bitcoin in my memory since like 2017. It's been almost a decade at this point. Perhaps that is the perfect stage for Santa to bring us some gifts to ho ho ho. We can bake today. I never bake before the show, my friends. No, I wouldn't be able to do this very well. I'd be a lot quieter, and I'd just be like looking at charts and not talking, and I'd just be like in the charts, really just deep into it for very long periods of time, not talking. So I saved that for after the show. By the way, let's get 420 likes over on YouTube so that we can get our official blazing license post stream. You doubt it, liar? Yeah, YouTube is very specific on what is allowed when you're live and when you're creating. So I stand by what I said. I would never do drugs or alcohol while making content, nor would I promote that. What's up, Beano? Am I bullish long term or just trading? I have been irrationally, irresponsibly bullish on Bitcoin since the day I found it, since the day it clicked in my brain. I had gone to school for political science. I thought I understood the world. I had learned many things. I thought that I had a grasp of reality, how governments worked, how money worked, and one by one, all of those things fell. They fell in different ways, but they fell. And it came to the point where nothing that I believed to be true, like fundamentally true, was. And Bitcoin just kind of appeared at the right time. Bitcoin emerged as this mathematically verifiable true thing, and I have been bullish ever since. Now, I do trade, I do take shorts, I do accept that there is downside price action, and in fact, a lot of Bitcoin's price action is downside price action. But I always remain bullish. The longer the outlook, the more bullish I think things are. And once you have kind of round tripped here a few times, I don't know, 2 cycles, 8 years, you just, I don't know why you'd be bearish. It's just the same rodeo, it goes up and then it goes down and then it goes up higher. Rinse and repeat. Why is Doge dumping? Doge is not looking great. A lot of these aren't looking great. ADA is not looking great. ADA is on the thumbnail. Yeesh. Yeesh. We'll take a look at a bunch of these charts. We should probably pull up total as well. What are the charts that are the most cooked? What do you guys think? Seems to you that the only genuine use cases for criminals. That's, I'm sure you heard that somewhere, and it logically made sense. Bitcoin is a terrible medium for criminals. The worst medium for criminals. Well, we can get into stuff like that later, though. We'll take a look at total. Bring this over. USD tether dominance is going to be an important chart today. Let's start with CME. I know I'm sick of CME and you're sick of CME and nobody cares about the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Could they please just shift to 24-hour trading so we can forget about this BS? Anyway, the remaining gap above us from this weekend's open that was up to 90.4K was filled, you'll never guess, on that singular green candle this morning that I woke up to. Perfect fill. Now we look at price. Did it hit the same? 90.3 on spot, 90.5, 90.6 on CME. So something I want to say is CME, again, or at least lately, has been very solid for trading. I'm going to sneeze. Or not, but or so. Sneaky bastard. Has been really solid for trading over the last few months. There are periods of time where it isn't, usually when the market is trending more in one direction. When we are seeing kind of consistent pumps or consistent dumps, we see gaps created, left behind, that aren't revisited for a while. The last, I want to say, 4 or 5 CME gaps from Monday's open have been filled very quickly. We took a long based on it, and we could have even looked to take a short based on the one from this weekend. But I want to kind of give you guys a little caveat here. Well, one, all these correlations are fleeting, so again, at some point it won't work well. But while it does, if you want to trade this or at least factor this into your trading, be aware it is not going to be as simple as looking at the values on CME and setting those orders on your exchange. Something you need to be aware of is that CME constantly trades at a premium. The wick high on CME today was 90.5, basically 90.6. Now, that isn't a huge premium, though at times it's usually about $1,000 premium. But the reason that this isn't quite so simple is had you placed a limit sell at 90.4, you probably wouldn't have gotten it. Look over at Coinbase, and the wick high was 90.329. Very, very close, incredibly close, but you would not have gotten the fill. So you need to kind of adjust for that premium when you think about these things. What I like to do instead of looking at the exact price is, if I'm going to use this in a trade, I'm going to watch for that price level to be filled on CME and basically then look for the entry and say, now that it's filled, this is confirmation of whatever kind of trade thesis I already set up. I don't typically just rip trades off based on a gap being there. But we can finally remove this from our chart again. And what do we have? Not a lot. This just keeps happening. Throughout this whole period of time, Bitcoin has opened for a gap and filled it that week. This has happened all the way back to November 20th, probably even before then, when we hit our low. The gaps that remain close to price or closest to price are 116.9K and 60K. That is a really big variation. It's a 30% downside move to the nearest gap and about a 30 to 35% move to the upside to the nearest gap, meaning you'll probably have to wait until Monday for another gap to potentially trade. CME's death cross completed, the first one in this cycle. Not a great signal. Price has not actually hit a lower low since. But unlike spot, CME did not death cross during this bull run. CME came very close 2 times, 3 times, depending on how you count it. And the first one finally confirmed 2 weeks ago. Not a bullish signal. And in fact, it is very difficult to find any kind of bullish signal anywhere on the chart on any time frame. I welcome it. I am the biggest supporter of hopium. Pack my bowl with it all day. But man, it is not easy to find right now. Even the flat top ascending low pattern on the day that we were looking at seemingly has broken here into this week. We've basically lost that trend line. Now we can extend it out. It's still technically valid in that sense, but I think that's trying to fit think we're just fitting price action to what we want to see at that point. The only takeaway really is that 84 hasn't broken, and it's still technically a higher low. As long as that holds on, Streamlabs access was suspended again. Repeated violations of community guidelines. But there wasn't any music. How could it have been this happened again? It's funny though, because it said it revoked it last time we streamed when we got booted off TikTok when I put the music on. But clearly it wasn't, because it just instantly allowed us to go live again today. And then, of course, we go to view restrictions, no records. Again, thank you for making our community better. You're welcome, TikTok. Okay, sure. All right, well, we're no longer live on TikTok for no apparent reason. I wonder, was it like the same timing? Duration was 15 minutes, 49 seconds. We got 2 new follows with fire. What is going on, dude? This is TikTok. You're such a what? I don't even know what to call it. A shit show. There it is. Give me 1 sec to make sure everything's okay here. Sure. Perhaps I'll never understand. This is why as a serious creator, you can't work on TikTok. You just like can't. It's gibberish. Like, that's absolute gibberish. Anyway, moving on. Looking for the higher low, potentially. We haven't broken 84. You know, we're really just like holding on to these. The downside targets remain, I think, pretty glaring, pretty obvious. Let me get back on track here. 64, which I just missed. These are logical levels for liquidity to sweep, meaning market makers, the big boys, pushing those levels, wiping out stop losses, and basically freeing up or creating orders to buy or sell into. 83.8, 80.5 down at our low from November. And then underneath that is when I think you can potentially see the big move. There isn't a lot of reason or rhyme, in my opinion, for price to really do anything if it breaks 80K other than look to cut out and attack these April lows down at 74 to 76K. We have already tapped the yearly open, 93.3. We took a little short. And at this point, weeks later, we still are in suspense as to, are we seeing the 93.3 rejection and then the dead cat bounce potential? Or are we seeing the higher low to the 106? I really only see it these ways. I think the odds or probability of like this kind of scenario of selling off under 74 or even 274, then under 74, whatever, and not bouncing lower high, continuing lower. I think this is very, very, very low probability. So low that I'm really not even considering it at this point. I think it would be extremely uncharacteristic to see Bitcoin not trade back to the low 100s to 110 at minimum, even if it wants to go lower. And we're still just sitting here waiting for this to play out. Nothing has really changed. Truly, nothing has really changed. If we look at market cipher B, money flow, VWAP, momentum, nothing is looking really great. I do like that VWAP is coming up. I'm not going to get excited for it. Money flow is failing to hit lower lows. This is the 3rd consecutive higher low of money flow on the day. That is showing some waning momentum, but it's just really not much to go on. There is very little on this chart. I mean, the weekly rolled over last week on the close, but man, I don't see any follow through. This weekly candle looking pretty garbage. There's just not a lot to go on. I do find myself saying this. I'm going to go to the chat in a minute. We're going to look at the altcoins, but I do find myself saying this every cycle on this channel. At some point in the bull run, hopefully we're still in it, knock on wood, but at some point, there is always a moment where there is no reason for price to move up from a technical point of view. When you look at indicators or price action candlesticks, whatever, there's nothing pointing up. And in my experience, those have been times where we have seen the most surprising and often violent reversals. This is, of course, true to the downside when everything is pointing up. We have seen the most extreme reversals to the downside as well. But there's just these moments, and maybe this is the moment now. I don't believe we've really seen this at all this cycle, but there is moments in every previous cycle where it takes more than just analysis. Analysis is a great tool to keep us occupied and to make any kind of trade on any kind of given day. But the longer term Bitcoin kind of cycle of profit has always come down to a moment where you almost have to throw logic out the window. You have to kind of throw analysis, and you basically are just drilled down to, do you believe in this thing? And if the answer isn't yes, I've never seen anyone make it past that point in a run. Maybe that's what we're seeing. I would love for that to be true. We still have a little bit of time left in this month. Bitcoin has held the 100 week. Doesn't look good. I mean, 3 tests. That's not good. 1 test was fine. 2 tests was pushing it. Now 3 tests is ugly. I guess the minimum here this week, 85. Closing below 85 is going to be a very bad sign. You can see what happened when we lost the 50 back in November. Plummeted down. That could repeat on a close below the 100. Okay. Okay, yep. Cool beans. All right, so let me pull up the chat. We'll look at some alts. We'll look at Tesla. We'll look at silver. We'll look at whatever. We'll talk shit about TikTok because, again, they have banned us. I just don't understand. I don't understand what they want. What do they want from us? What do they need? Doesn't matter. Yeah, there. Is it going to show anything weird? I don't think it's going to show anything weird. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. And then last time when we got booted. Whoa, this is some cool analytics. We were 34 minutes, but we started playing music and then it booted us. This time it just booted us for no reason. You don't deserve us, TikTok. You can't handle us. You don't deserve us. Can we look at others? We can. We don't need no TikTok. That's right, Chris Pax. TikTok is, dude, TikTok and short content in general, I'm going to rant about this for 30 seconds, I need to talk to my therapist about it because it really does. It frustrates me. Because TikTok and short content in general has, I know this isn't true, but it has diminished my accomplishments in my mind because people with no talent and no skill can just get like so many views and followers, but their views and followers, they're short views and followers, and they're meaningless. Like, they're just numbers. That's what shorts are. They just pad numbers. They have virtually no value. If you had 1 million views on a short, that would maybe be equal to 100,000 views on a long form video. Probably not even that. Probably like 50,000. It is like 20 to 1. And then you have all these people who think I don't know. I need to talk. This is a therapy conversation. Why does it bother me? I feel like it diminishes my accomplishments, even though it doesn't. But yeah, we don't need no TikTok. Get out of here. 100 to 1 dude, probably like 200 to 1. I don't know. You only bullish when I got the guns out? The cold weather has been keeping me away from the gym. So I haven't had the guns out as much. I need to. Real issue, YouTube needs to increase payouts. I mean, I don't know. TikTok ad revenue has never really been a lot of what we do. It wouldn't solve the problem. What we need to do is stop calling shorts. We need to stop calling them views. They need their own word. That's what it is. Purest hopium for no reason at all. We'll just pump. It is. There's been, dude, I need to call my ISP again. Hold up. I think it's stable one more time. I wonder if my router is having issues. My router is like Asus ROG, and it's not even a year old, and it's like $400. So like I hope that's not it. Maybe it's the modem. The modem's a little bit older, but like I don't know what's going on with this. This has been happening pretty regularly. All right, refresh. Too many streams? It's not that though, but it isn't. Like I promise you it's not that. It's because it doesn't actually make a difference when you have multiple streams. Because it's only streaming one feed. It doesn't make any difference. Because I'm streaming one feed to Streamlabs, and then Streamlabs is streaming it out. So it doesn't or shouldn't make any difference. Well, I might have to test it. I will say that most of the time when I've done this dual streamy thing on YouTube, this thingy, that we've had this issue. Seems like we're stable again. Weird. It only happens to your channel? That's not true. That's not true. Well, also most people, other channels aren't really using that dual streaming feature. And this is an issue that is, this is newer. I mean, we've always intermittently had connection issues, like over the years. Factory reset, probably. Stop giving away secrets. That's true. If I stop giving away secrets, they'll stop taking us down, baby. Could be cable. Could be a lot of things. I probably should factory reset my modem. Well, hopefully nothing happens again. I also am wondering if it's keeping my processor clocked, if that might have something to do with it. Oh, I also have freaking I have Steam open. I'm a dumbass. Should not have had Steam open. Let me end some shizzle. Yeah, I'm sending like 4 Mbps, 7 Mbps. That's really not a lot. That's it. I have like 300. Anyway, screw it. Am I playing on Steam? Arc Raiders, baby. I'm ready for my expedition. I'm ready. Yeah. Well, we're not gonna be. I guess we're not gonna be streaming TikTok because they keep kicking us off. Those douchers. We've been getting hella views on X too. Hella views on X. I don't know about this one. No, this one's bunked. I think it's because I accidentally deleted the post. But we were on X. We got like 10,000. We're getting like equal to YouTube views. Interesting. Still have the best stream on YouTube. Love you, Randy. Love you. Tunes, yeah, we can tunes it. I wasn't gonna tunes it for the TikTok feed, but it's not an issue anymore. Let me see. Mixes. Oh wait, no, that's not mixes. New EDM mix, perhaps? I think we listened to this one. Okay. Gonna rip it off. Let me know what that volume is. It looks alright. Maybe it's a little loud. Solana breaking support. Yep, let's get into the pain. So I've stalled enough. We've probably lost enough viewership. Kicked off a few platforms of streaming. Son of a bitch, we had almost 500 and then we disconnected and then we lost like 100. Solana down in support. You are correct. This is not really anything we weren't already expecting, realistically. Solana, virtually every time I've looked at it over the last few weeks, 4 or 5 weeks, I've not had great things to say. have not at the best. We basically have been looking at the same rejection from 143. I was looking for it to return to 143. That's still definitely possible. But what we see happening is, again, 122. Tested again for the bajillionth time. Support getting hammered. It's not what you don't want that. Support, you want bounces. You want price to bounce from support. You don't want it to just sit there. I mean, this is looking for a move to the downside. Downside target on Solana sits pretty neatly, about a 20% move down at 100-ish. 105, 100-ish. Holding that level can be fine. Solana can hold 100, and it certainly wouldn't be a very pretty chart, but you could certainly see it retest all-time highs or move back towards them. Losing 100 and this chart looks so cooked. Like, you move down to 70, and while you're looking for like a back test of 122, and you're now just in a falling pattern. This is what I'm kind of worried is happening. I think the odds of Solana testing 100 are pretty good now. A bounce from 100 has a long way to go to make progress. The biggest issue that Solana has is that early all-time high back in January of this year. Almost a year ago. Exactly. And the lower high put in September. This is its biggest problem. Sellers came in and said, no price discovery. We can probably rewind that even to January and say the fact that it hit all-time high and didn't go into price exploration and it just fizzled, that might have been the signal. What sucks about that is we can kind of translate that out to other charts. We'll look at others as well. We can translate that out to Ethereum doing the same thing in October. XRP doing the same thing about the same timing as Solana. Like, when this happened early 25, it seemed like a given that these charts, maybe they'll retrace, but they're gonna, we're in 2025. It's the last year of the 4-year cycle. We're gonna see these rip. But they didn't, and they haven't. And we spent a year underneath those highs. Those highs didn't make progress. And if you look at maybe even just inflation, or really however you want to measure this, it really isn't like an all-time high at all. The change is so little. It literally is, of course. But the move is so little, 10% over 4 years. And like 2.5% inflation target. Maybe that was the early warning that I certainly wouldn't have caught. There was no reason to believe that January of last year was going to be it. This is why I remain hopeful and still believe that we can see all-time highs by the end of the year, is make everything kind of fit into a neat package again. I can't wait though. So say that, we close down this year and we're in a bear market. I can't wait for these people to be like, I called it. I told everybody that like the top was in January of 25, and it's like these people are gonna come out of the woodwork. Nobody was saying that in January of 25. The fucking opposite. Literally no one was saying the bull run is over. Like as inauguration happened, Trump coin, like literally no one. But I'm sure there will be people claiming it throughout the year. Reasonably, people could have looked back, especially now, and been like, that was the top. And they could have claimed that, but nobody claimed that in real time. Nobody was saying January of this year, the top is in. Like, come on. You called it. See, we already have a few. We'll look at XRP next. You can look at XRP next. But let me finish with Sol. Let me zoom in a little here. This is cooked, bro. This looks just like the thumbnail, to be honest. Solana now 50 cents above its low from November. It has spent the entire month right here from 120 to 140. It looks like it's about to make up its mind, doesn't it? This would be honestly the most bullish outcome. Now that we have this and, this falling pattern, now that we have this painted, the most bullish outcome, because this looks like it's going to break right now. Solana literally looks like it's going to break right now. The low. It's still falling. Holy shit. This would be the most bullish outcome for me. Just rip the band-aid off, drop to major support, and bounce. Have a solid bounce. This kind of popping off of support, not going anywhere, is not gonna cut it. This is rough, bro. What pattern is this? It's like a flying saucer. The little abduction beam, and then you get a cow. There you go. Flying saucer. Just made it up. Wow. All right. On Wednesday, we're talking about swing rejection. This was on higher time frames, but there you go. Here's a kind of swing rejection looking move on RSI on the 1 hour. Front running the sell off. Jeez. 122. We are now 20 cents. We've gone half the way to the low. This is breaking right now. This is actually getting spicy. We're potentially seeing some real dumps happen right now live. XRP is holding on still, but Solana hitting that low actually is meaningful. Typically, when something that large of a market cap is making a move like that, it's not contained to just that chart. I don't know why I just typed in Solana. Maybe because I was saying it out loud. I'm going to type in others here because this is likely making the same move. Hold up. Others D. You love Others D. You Others D lover. Others D on the week. Haven't looked at this chart in a while. Well, I hate that. This is the weekly Ichimoku cloud on Others D. And there's the cross. There's the twist in the cloud that I'm fearing will happen at the weekly close for Bitcoin. To be fair, though, this actually happened in February as well. So that hasn't been a great signal. Using the 200, look at this. Others. Oh, others D. Oh. How are we so cooked, bro? How are we so cooked? We never had the fun part. When's the fun part? This is so ugly. It's like the most perfect Head and Shoulders ever imagined on the monthly. If Others pukes its brains out here, 131 billion. Just send it directly to 131 billion. But look at this. I don't know why it's on the yearly time frame. Whatever. Look at that, man. Others dominance hit 2019 lows. I guess that does make sense because Bitcoin dominance really hasn't given up. Hasn't really given up much. Altcoins truly have been in a bear market since 2021. Truly. Like, look at this. That's like tweetable. We'll make a big all caps tweet later about that. Never broke the all-time high until from 21. Lower high. That is just crazy. Boys, will all coins die? I mean, will they? Have they not? It's kind of the question. It's like, will they? I think you're using the wrong tense. Will they die? Like, it also depends on what you mean by die. That XRP short printed. Will they go away? No. Will they go to zero? No. But, you know, will they go down 99%? A lot of them. Dude, what happened today? So we do have the Bank of Japan. Let's the Bank of Japan, what they do is obviously not my area of interest in economics, but essentially Japan has they've had a lot of cheap money over the last whatever many years. I believe it was April of this year. April. Bank of Japan increased their interest rates. Basically, their cheap money became less cheap, and people who had borrowed this cheap money from Japan to speculate in crypto and stocks and tech and whatever, when the interest rate went up, all of a sudden they had to liquidate assets to cover what they borrowed. They didn't expect it to happen. It happened. We saw a sell-off across the markets. Now the Bank of Japan has said they're going to raise interest rates by 75 BPS Friday this week, 2 days. It is not a crazy idea. In fact, it is the popular idea to think that this is going to crash markets. Logically, that's probably what you're... I mean, you apply logic, and what other answer can you get? The issue is that markets are just not really logical anymore. I don't know if they ever were, because I'm not sure I ever saw them be logical. But people say and have told me that they are logical. And so that's a logical conclusion, but here's my kind of contrarian take on this. In April, it was much more of a surprise. Markets were doing well for the most part. They were still hot from the year before. It was unexpected. People were on the wrong side of the trade. Today, this is something almost everyone is talking about. If you go online and you just look up any economic news, this is what people are talking about. Almost 100% of those people are saying this is bearish, this is going to cause sell-offs. This is one of those times where the news event is a determined time. It is scheduled. People are looking at it. People are pretty one-sided in what's going to happen with this. I don't think it's crazy to think that markets will bottom right before. Maybe they already have. Potentially, obviously, you could say even that day, like as this announcement happens. But I said bottom, I meant sell-off. But potentially, we will see the opposite. This is so just what? I don't know. It's beyond technical analysis. It's beyond charts. It is when people are aware of something, and when that opinion is one-sided, markets just don't tend to do it. And I think that's what's happening. I think that's what's going to happen. Will it bring everything to new all-time highs and usher in an ultra bull run? Probably not. But it wouldn't be crazy to look for bottoming today, tomorrow, maybe even to the announcement. But I highly doubt that it causes a sell-off that just doesn't bounce and continues going lower. I really don't think that that is what's in the cards for it. I'm curious what you guys think. I can put up a poll. Top 5 turd coins. All of them are turd coins, bro. Will Bank of Japan's 75 BPS interest rate hike Friday? What will? U2 markets. We're putting up a poll. Dump, obviously. It's not a bad answer. Yeah, you side with rationality. Dump is the answer. Nothing. Dump is already priced in. I think that's a logical answer. Or not a logical. I think that's a contrarian answer. Pump. Dump was priced in, but overly. Dump was overpriced in. What's Bank of Japan? That's a good last. That's a good final answer. There we go. Put a poll. I want to see what you guys are thinking. I want to see the vibe on this. I wouldn't be surprised if everybody answers dump. Yen leads Bitcoin. We can look at Yen's. Tunes, let's go, baby. Let's see what you guys are saying. Buying a ton of ADA right now. Well, David Williams, I got some bad news for you, bud. The ADA chart is one of them that I think looks the weakest. It looks so bad. But oftentimes those are the solid buys. Let's go over to ADA. XRP, you kept saying XRP, but XRP is just not like, I have alerts set. It's still like above, yeah, yesterday's low. If XRP breaks 182, we're gonna flip over to it real quick, and I'm gonna be looking for like 160. I think I've been saying that now forever. It feels like forever, 160. But when we have something like Solana that is at the exact November low, like look at this. This is so much more spice. This is brutal. You are pennies. 175. What was the low here? 77. Wait, did it break? Did it already break? Holy shit. I think it already broke. It did. At least on Binance. On Binance. Binance. Wow. Solana. Oh, we're cooked. We are so cooked, chat. How is we so cooked? I don't know. Dude, look at this. That Solana broke to the lowest price since April. That's gonna be a good all caps tweet. There's a lot of Solana FUD going on right now. I noticed it on X. Something about Solana, some lawsuit. Yeah. Something about Solana and I don't know, some lawsuit. I don't know, man. Crypto doesn't really care about lawsuits. The only time crypto does care about lawsuits is when, let's say, like the devs are getting sued. The people who, and like those devs have pre-mines. That's when they care because they're selling their coins to cover the court costs. So this is what I'll say, in XRP is not quite so interesting, at least comparatively right now to a lot of charts. Look at ADA. ADA is the thumbnail, and I didn't even know this would happen, has broken lower since the thumbnail. ADA has lost 37.1 cents. I should tweet about this too. And at this point, I don't know why you wouldn't be looking for lower. Someone was saying they're scooping up ADA. That's about a 10% discount. Patience might be rewarded here. We have talked about this a good amount. The short on ADA didn't fill, which is very unfortunate. 48.5, 48.8. That would have been such a sweet short. A lot of charts, so please don't think I'm just beating up on ADA. It's not. It's the whole space. I'll look at more in a minute, but this looks so bad. Oh, so much looks so bad. 34 cents looks so locked in, man. This is definitely one of those times where we may look back in hindsight at some of these charts and been like, that was the best buying opportunity. I never saw buying opportunities like that again. But it's one of the times that in real time, it's like, why would anyone be buying? Why would we be buying? You saw this crazy sell-off, and we can say that was manipulation, that was Binance API, whatever, Oracle, and that's, you know, true. Those things are true, or whatever they are, but like, there was no recovery. It wasn't just that one event. It was that event and then continued selling. This goes across the board. It's definitely not ADA. This is a brutal time to be buying. And like I said, oftentimes, eventually, you look back and those were the best times to have bought, but it takes balls. This takes guts. I would not be. If I was looking for ADA, I would be at least waiting for 34 cents. And honestly, for me, I would rather miss the buy, you know, in the ultra hopium sense of ADA just floats back up, goes crazy. It's possible. I would rather miss the buy than not wait 10%. Speaking of things dumping, because right now something is actually taking the cake from ADA, and this is a chart that's close to my heart. Doge is eating shit at the moment. Chris Pax, I don't know if you're here right now, buddy. Whew. Whew. It's worse than ADA right now. Holy shit. It's so bad. I'm just gonna open a new chart because we need to clear up a little. Doge lost 13 cents. So this was my kind of hopium argument. Dude, I'm getting mad alerts. This is my hopium argument, was that, you know, this wick doesn't count and we were going to hold April's low. Doge is now under April's low. Thank God Bitcoin isn't, but that would be 74% if you want to mirror it. This means that Doge has lost value against Bitcoin since April. It has, for a little bit, held on to that 13-cent mark. 2 days it battled there, and it's puking its guts out now. Support at 10 cents. Let's take a look. Wow, today is spicy. I can't believe we don't have like 1,000, 2,000 viewers right now. Lost April's low. So back to like October of 24. This is gonna take some higher time frame charting. I can't believe this, man. Some of these charts were bonkers bullish, and it's crazy to see them lose some of these values. 11.4, 11.5. Was Chris Pax here? Where's he at? Where's he at? He is here. I'm sorry, my heart goes out to you. I love you, brother. Don't worry. At least it's not as bad as Litecoin. Though I imagine Litecoin really isn't falling that much. We'll see. I'll look. October Q4 is open. Alerts, alerts, alerts. XRP here, bros. This is actually a dumping event. We're actually dumping now. Oh, where's Bitcoin in all this? Hold up. Bitcoin breaking lower. Of course it is. Wow. 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 Dude, if Bitcoin breaks the low today, if it breaks 85, it may be going for that test of 80. This was fucking nuts. I'm glad we're off TikTok. I can go back to just saying what I want. This was fucking nuts, dude. That was insane. Please hold today's low. If these alerts go off, it looks so cooked for right now. Here's maybe a little secret unseen Doge support here. 8.9 cents. Last year's yearly open. I could be a buyer of Doge at 9 cents. I'll have to check if I sold any though in the last 2 years. Wow. You know, guys, I'll tell you, I don't bullshit you. I don't pretend like I'm always right. I don't hide it when I'm wrong. I had extreme confidence that this was going to hit all-time highs this year. Wow. Wow. Russell Crowe. Who's Russell Crowe? What's Russell Crowe? Legal access to your crypto markets, I guess. I don't know. That's, you know, that's kind of the thing of crypto though, is, you know, it's for anybody, anything. No, it's really weird though. If we want to, here's an idea, a little thought process for you. If we want to say, okay, this is what happens when you kind of like let, you know, institutions in, you let Wall Street into crypto. Does that mean that, because everybody bitched about Biden being like cracking down on crypto, myself included, but we all like complained about it. We're all up in arms. Does that mean that that's what was good for it? I don't even know what to believe anymore. The world is, left is right, up is down. I don't even know. How did we lose this low? That's so weird. I mean, Gary Gensler was good for the space. How can like one be true and the other not be true? It's very weird. Why am I? Because it's not about Doge, Jameson. It's not about Doge at all. The Doge chart was so strong, and I mean, really, you want to be real? I made crazy money on Doge in 2021. I was the original Doge bull back here before Elon, before anybody. You guys were here with me. A lot of you maybe picked up some Doge when I was talking about it back in like 2019, 2020, and saw some crazy gains. But this is not about Doge. It's the chart. Before October's wick, this was a crazy bullish chart. We had a lot of other charts in the space look similar. Here we go. Sol just lost the level. Send it to Dumpsville. Holy hell. Yo, lock in, boys. Here we go. I think we're about to see big moves just across the space. How is Bitcoin? Bitcoin's at the low. I'm going to throw Bitcoin up here. I wasn't going to do a long stream, but I guess we're here. I guess we are. Hold up. I guess it's going to be a marathon stream. Do me a favor. Share the stream out, like, subscribe. Let's hype it up because it's about to get, I think it's about to get crazy. I think we're going to see a move. Bitcoin now $300 away from the daily low. If that daily low is taken out after this wick, I think we're beginning a descent to 80,000. I know we can say, oh, but we have been. Yeah, but like, look at these other movements. Sol just tapping its November low here. XRP, it was yesterday's low, but obviously in sight of the November low. Moving down. These are big caps. Ethereum looks like absolute garbage. It's reversed against Bitcoin even. What? Now that's the most surprising thing I feel like I've seen in the last weekly time frame. Contained to the last week. There we go. Bitcoin still breaking down. That reversal on that weekly. Holy. This looks like absolute garbage though. Look at that. Did the Ethereum foundations, someone check on the Ethereum foundation. Are they market selling again? Dude, they market sell all the time. They constantly market sell. Every time it used to pump, they would market sell. This looks like a waterfall. But we have Ethereum actually doing better than some of the other ones. Like it is still above it, you know, still kind of mirroring Bitcoin here, but holding some lows. But Ethereum, XRP, Solana, like these are the big caps, and they are losing levels. They are trading lower. These are meaningful moves. The last 25 days of sideways has not been meaningful. These little taps are meaningful. ADA lost its low. Let's just curse about Tesla for a while. F you, Tesla. Last time Tesla hit all-time high, we were doing really well. December of last year. We were doing great. Now Tesla's all-time high and we're shitting the bed. Awesome. The good news, the October, September, I'm not even sure really when, prediction of Tesla moving to all-time highs did come true. So I guess can be happy about that. People in chat, change stocks are dropping. What's up, Steve? My guy, Steve Optical, are you here? He said people in chat are saying stocks are dropping. Tesla is dropping. It hit all-time high and it rejected. I wouldn't say it's in trouble yet, but it did not continue. That's a gnarly week. That weekly candle's starting to look like shit. Look at that. A red candle now after all-time high. Stocks are dropping. Oh. Oh. Oh, there you are, Steve. What's up, brother? Wow. Well, 61.60 back on the table. It's what's for dinner. Losing this level I should have even gotten rid of. The high from October. Higher highs on the day. Lower highs on the RSI. Money flow, lower highs. Momentum, lower highs. Something is brewing right now. Can you feel it? Like something, not clickbait. I'm not clickbaiting yet. We're already live. I only got clickbait yet. Something is brewing right this moment. Where's gold? About to absolutely explode. Gold is about to just go ape shit. Look at this. Again, pennant, whatever. Gold about to go ape shit. Holy hell. Gold could still hit 5,000 by the end of the year. That's crazy. I don't think it will now. I honestly don't think it will now. I've been saying it forever. But it literally could. Looking at that hourly, like that low time frame. Silver hit all-time high, dude. Someone save me. I went off this ride. Cheers, fellow millennials. We're just the most cursed generation, bro. I swear to God. Others is now up 16% from the wick low of October. Is this Amish paradise? XRP breaking back down to November's low, 182. Bitcoin hovering above 85. You know what we need more than going to war with Venezuela or tariffs or any of this? Healthcare would be great. That'd be cool. Can we just get healthcare? That'd be dope. It's what the JP says they're meeting hints of further rate hikes. I mean, they already announced 75 BPS. Unless I, you know, got clickbaited. Unless it was fake news. I believe they already said they were doing 75 BPS. This looks pretty crazy, but technically lower high. Good healthcare would stimulate everything. It's crazy to me that that hasn't come full circle. It's like, dude, people being healthy is literally profitable for everyone. People being healthy. I guess the problem is that you rotate some of that profit out of healthcare and into other things, and healthcare system doesn't want that. Holy fuck, bros. Staying here. There was a time. Let's go. Bank of Japan announced 2 days in advance to the public. Normally keep it under wraps. I won't lie. I won't lie to you guys. I'm just not that familiar with what the Bank of Japan does. I would assume that it makes sense for them to give everyone warning. I assume that that should be their practice. I guess let's dig into that thought a little bit more. Is what, you know, let's say it's sussy. What would they be doing? Like, not hike rates? What would be the point of that? Right? Why is no one talking about Monero? Bro, I've been talking about Monero. The reason people aren't talking about Monero yet is it hasn't pumped its brains out. People will talk about it once it breaks all-time high. It hasn't broken all-time high yet. I was thinking the other day, I was like, I wish you guys saw me buy, like, I forget how many $1,000 worth of Monero at 350 live. I was thinking yesterday at one point, I was like, man, I wish I had made that 10x. I wish I'd put like 50 grand in. And then I had a thought of like, what if I went all in on Monero? Yeah, that was bad. I was like, no, okay, calm down, bro. Why is no one talking about it? Yeah, it's not at all-time high yet. If it breaks 517, it'll be just like Zach. People will be like, oh, I've always loved Monero. I've always been a Monero lover. It's just how it goes. I've been yelling about it. We're staying live for a long time today. I didn't plan on this, but I think this is going to be a long stream. The bummer, the X stream, I like accidentally deleted the post. wonder if there's a way I can get that post back. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute while we figure this out. Look at like this is look at Monero. Look at this move. Everything's just nuking. I mean, I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. Don't you worry about it. Media studio, producer, live. Here we go. Live coverage. Market's dumping. That's good enough. Where was I? How cooked we are. At least we have each other. At least we have our friendships we made along the way. Let me refresh the chat here. Cryptos are us. Well, it's live stream Japan's rate hike, yeah. I mean, yeah, but when, you know, wait, when will it be? It's supposed to be Friday. Wait, no, it's apparently Thursday. Apparently it's Thursday? I thought it, so they're on a different time zone, so that could easily be it. Thursday, Bank of Japan policy rate. Tentative. There's no time. If I can figure out what time it is, yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be the biggest streaming day of this month, probably. Crypto RS predicting a Santa rally. It's hard to say like predicting it, because what are we doing in reality? Like hoping for it. There's nothing to predict. I see it. Like, it would be the contrarian Bank of Japan thing. It's like, I predict that it will go up instead of down. Yeah. Yeah. There's not a lot to predict there. Let's see, euro. Close some of these. Dollars not bouncing yet. Music. Let's all meet at Yasukuni Shrine. All right, I'll meet you there. Let's meet there. Nice. Nice. We're up to 700. We had 770 viewers a minute ago. The spice is spicing. This is getting real. I don't think this is over. It may be seeing a little breather here. But we have Solana breaking November lows. Ethereum looking like absolute garbage. XRP heading back to November lows, breaking its weekly low. Like, we're in some shit, and the shit seems like it's just warming up. Come on, seems like it's just warming up. Do a bunch of these all caps sell off chart tweets. Yeah, I don't think this is over. Tesla hit all-time high, has retracted. Stocks are seeing it dump. What else is dumping? Steve, I didn't see what else you said, actually. Let me... Yeah, I should look at it. Doesn't like warm shit. Yeah, bro. Yeah, the same prediction market for Japan as well. C83. George sold out. You can short. What percent cash am I sitting on, DJ? Compared to my portfolio, Wrecked. I might have like 6 figures of cash. Maybe. Yeah, not the right balance. I do not have the right balance of cash right now. For what's happening in this moment, I do not. I did not take profit on Bitcoin. Like at all this cycle. I guess I really didn't take profit on Bitcoin last cycle either. I really just never do. But I did last cycle take profit on Doge and some others and had some fat stacks. Do not have them fat stacks this time around, or at least at this moment. Of course, a new hourly 20 minutes ago, and now a low has been hit, a green candle. Slowing down the excitement. Keep it exciting. Let's look at all these alerts that we just got. ARUSD. You can short. Got rid of that. R looks riggedy rack, just like a lot of stuff. This is brutal. Let's just delete all this old stuff. R looks like it's gonna go to a new all-time low on Binance. I don't know if this is its full history. What's up, Serendipity? All in, now or never for Christmas. Let's go, bro. I'm right there. Like I said, I'm not in any meaningful way in cash. I'm all in, baby. I'm always all in. I was born all in. That's not true. Let's see. Does this have a all-time low elsewhere? A lower low somewhere else? Yeah. Wow. Wow. This is not a good chart. This is what so many things look like. What a weird low. 129. What a random low. I don't know how many people are married to this, honestly, at this point, but 48. What was the high? $90. Sheesh. That's interesting. Look at this. I said that's a random low, and it is pretty random low, but check that out. It's the 1414. I wonder if there are more charts like that. I don't see a reason to bet up on this. It doesn't seem like the play. Rejected high. That dude. Same resistance over and over and over again. Boop, 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 boop. Broke the low. I just send it down. 130. I mean, revisiting these lows looks very juicy. Where do you even short though? You had to have shorted this bounce. You're just out. Maybe you market order it. Soldier Boy. Oh no, man. We're cooked. We're definitely getting copyright claims on this music. Here. I'm not even sure where to put the alert for this, man. I guess I'll just like randomly place it down a little bit. Good luck. MicroStrategy. Damn, things got so exciting and then it's just like a pause. Man, MicroStrategy. $100 still. I was thinking at least this would do something more like that. I don't like the way that looks. Tesla symbol. $100. MicroStrategy looks so weird. MicroStrategy, I mean, maybe this is related, maybe it's not. MicroStrategy also all-time high at the end of last year. Along with crypto, basically. Look at gold. Yeah, dude, I was just talking about gold 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, and said, yep, gold is about to go absolutely fucking nuts. Absolutely apeshit nuts. As everything else is getting sold, gold is looking to just continue all-time highs. Again. Look at this shit. Honestly, I feel like this is going to break out this week. It's going to break all-time highs this week. At worst, I feel like maybe this is what happens with gold. Right? Just returns to that trend line. Drills back down into that liquidity and then pops. Like, gold could very well still go to 5K before the end of the year. My prediction could end up being right after all this time. Monero having some sell-off. It's not that bad though, 418. It did hit resistance against BTC. Juicy. It's gained 3% against Bitcoin this month, 56% last month. I think this is going to pop. I think it could double against Bitcoin. 0.01. My lord. My lord. What else? Polkadot, I can only imagine. What else, brothers? What else should we look at? What do you think about Zek? I'll take a look at Zek. Dude, dot, you're cooked. Is Bitcoin officially a meme coin now? I mean, no. Bitcoin's still, I don't know, it's still up from 2023 400% or something, right? If it starts looking like this, I guess we'll call it a meme coin. Dot is legit just going to all-time lows. What happened to Dot? Was Dot the one, were they paying a bunch of influencers and stuff a long time ago? Is that, do I remember that correctly? That's why you don't want a coin with a marketing budget. That's why I preach those proof of work coins, man. Marketing budget equals sell pressure forever. Even if you discount this wick, I mean, 144. You're going to get a bounce at some point. Everything bounces. That's where the term dead cat comes from, right? Is anything bounces if it falls hard enough. Problem is, it probably bounces when you give up. I don't know how you could be buying this down. There were so many of these coins that people... It kind of makes me mad. I'm about to be like a little maxi again here. It's like, I watched all these coins come in 21, and all the new people get just so shilled into them. Oh, new technology, revolutionize everything. I'm not even talking about DOT, just everything, right? And I watched all these people just get brainwashed into it, not buy any Bitcoin, and just buy all these random things. And they all pumped, and everyone was so, like, they felt so right about it. And they all ended up like this. They're all just doing the same crap. They're all dumping. Nobody cares about them anymore. They never did any. What did any of them do? What did any of them do? Like, for real? Nothing. We have made a lot of projects, lots of billions of dollars in crypto, and what has almost any of it done? This isn't a bearish thing about crypto. This is just like pointing out the opportunistic, predatory nature of a lot of it. It's obviously not like a crypto thing. It's a market thing. Litecoin, all scams. Yeah, dude. And the thing that triggers me a little bit is I would tell people this. I would tell people this, and they would just like dismiss me. These people that were new in the space, and they'd be like, Tom, who are you? You know what you're talking about. Look at all these gains. And it's like, yeah, who am I, bro? Right? I'm a guy who bought Litecoin, still has it. But it's just like they got mad. People would be mad, and they'd be like, you're just a boomer. You don't know your time. You're just like your boomer Bitcoin. Bitcoin never make any money. And it's like, none of them listened. Litecoin is, I mean, it doesn't look good. Does not look good at all. I'd say it's better off than many. Better than a lot of the charts we looked at, you know, realistically. You could not trade under 74.82. It's seen these sell-offs, but this looks like shit too. When you zoom out, the chart always looks as strong as ever. Just keeps moving, but it moves so slowly. Oh, I'll update you guys about Litecoin. As soon as there's something to update, I'll update you. ZEC. ZEC down to 377. Did, wow, okay. It's not good. Okay, it could be worse. It did lose support. Retesting, I mean, it's no lower than yesterday. That's something, right? Lots of things are much lower than yesterday. That lower high is pretty brutal. Yeah, that does not look great. If ZEC loses 300, it's in some deep shit. It's in some big trouble if it trades under 300. You do have a weekly order block down here. You have a little bit of support, like 230 to 260. But you lose that and you have a long way back to reality. How is this similar to the drop of 2020? Not at all. It's not. It's really not like COVID at all. There's not. If you were seeing people that like you trust or respect their opinions saying it is, it's likely not that they're bullshitting. It's just that like that was the last. Well, no, 2022 was spooky. Maybe they're just being hyperbole. They're just like, I don't know, being sensational. Look at gold's 1 minute chart. All right, bet. Sure. Gold's gonna send. I already said that in this stream a few times. Gold is looking to absolutely send. Chaos is brewing everywhere else. The sell-offs very momentarily have stopped. Very momentarily, right? Even stocks traded sideways for like the last 35 minutes. Gold is just waiting to pounce. I think silver too. Silver too. What a crazy finale to 2025. Total broke its low. Still is still holding on to December's low for total crypto market cap, but that's not a great indication. It's not looking good. $93. Sweep the low. Bounce, please. Who the F is selling? I have no idea. The good old Luna days. What's up, Philly Skills? Yeah. If Bitcoin touches 85K, will it bounce or fall? Probably will fall. That's my guess. There's a lot of heavy charts out here today. Do ETFs sell their crypto? So ETFs are similar to like when you hear like Binance is selling, right? Like exchanges. So no. Yes and no. They don't sell like, oh, price went down, so like BlackRock / the ETF, like they don't sell in that sense of like timing the market, but they sell and buy solely based on the people who buy, or like you and I, people who have accounts in the ETF shares. So no, in the sense of maybe what you're thinking of, like price goes down and like BlackRock's going to sell a bunch. No, but price goes down and then people panic and they sell theirs. And so they only are a proxy for their customers. There you go. Maybe that's the best way to put it. You've been buying XMR through Cake Wallet. I also have bought XMR through Cake Wallet in the past. What I really liked about it, I'm not sure if you can still do it. You probably can. When I did it, is that you could, like, I could send Bitcoin to the Cake Wallet and then swap it from Monero in the wallet, which is a really cool way to do it. Panic time, bro. We are cooked. It feels like we're cooked. Blame Chris. Why are you blaming Chris? NPC's holding up? What? Never seen you without the shades? Yeah, I've been, you know, scary times, man. People need some warm eyes. They need it. You're the man, Paul. NPC holding up. Somehow I don't believe you. There are worse. I mean, this looks bad. This looks very bad, but there are worse. I'll give that to you. You know, you're here trading below October's wick. Never mind. This is pretty bad. This high is brutal. Top down November. Yeah, there are worse. I'll give that to you. It's not the worst chart. That looks pretty ugly when you do it this way, though. Bitcoin might be doing a little bounce, which was maybe not what I was expecting like 30 minutes ago. You put this trend line on it and then all of a sudden it does look pretty cooked, doesn't it? Lost the trend, rejected, traded lower. 0.055. But Bitcoin doing something here. Holding the low. I mean, the Bitcoin, the whole thing, the whole reason this was getting spicy is alts were breaking down, and then Bitcoin was, in my opinion, looking to test that low, to break that low, probably. If Bitcoin holds it, the sell-off could be done, at least for today. We've had a lot of new subscribers. I didn't even see them. Can we look at Trump coin, please? I didn't see that. Keeping it real. TA on Clash. I didn't see that either. Lazo Berto. I mean, $2 to look at a chart. So a little low. I'll pull these things up though. I'm just looking for alpha at this point. Yeah. I'd say short it, but it's like, man, at some point it's gonna squeeze shorts. It's gonna go up. But why? This is the dumbest shit. This was the dumbest shit to ever happen to crypto. Which is wild because there's been some very dumb shit. Dumbest shit, dude. Hooked. Just send this to zero. Like, what? Send this to zero, man. You haven't heard, when was the last time Trump even commented on it, right? 2024. I could see at some point, like eventually at some point, he'll like say something when it's down at like nothing. He'll be like, oh, we're actually going to do something with it. And then it'll pump a little bit, clear shorts out, and then you'll never hear about it again, like ever again. Is cooked. This is truly a coin that does deserve zero. I'm not even sure what to do with it. Like, there's like nothing to look for. Below everything. We got scammed, boys. We got scammed. gosh. I last time I looked at it, it wasn't like weeks ago. It wasn't looking the best. Oh, there goes our chart. I guess we don't have the Clash chart anymore. Is it Clash G? This has an index? This has a fucking index? What? It has a market cap in what? Oh wow, bro, that is cooked beyond belief. That is so cooked beyond belief. GG. GGWP. GG no re even. Sorry, George, if you're hearing this. It's a chart, bro. What is it cooked? This is the choppedest. Look at this. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Bitcoin in like 2017 to 18. It reminds me of this. Lower highs, flat, bounce, 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 bounce. Gets tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter until it just dumps. Wow. I don't know. You guys asked me to look at this a bajillion times, and every time I said the same thing. I was like, you might find trades on it, but in what world would you think that this is like something that is like a hold or like a what would a 5-year plan be on this or something, right? Like what is the longevity of this? Like, of course there isn't any. Like, what would it be? What would the hope that it holds any value be over time? This is so brutal. My condolences to anybody who like bought this high or something. We all pay for our lessons. I guess, has the stream disconnected again since that one time? I don't know, Pickle's still here. Clash G, it has a dominance? It has a dominance? What? Why would it have a dominance? George, how did you get them to do this? That's weird. Tokyo, you need it, then you know you got to go. I mean, zero, I don't know. I don't know what you guys are crazy. I hope nobody got too wrecked by, honestly, any of these things that are dumping today. I don't want any of you to get dumped on. I don't want you to get wrecked. The Coinbase event? What's the Coinbase event? Buying more Monero? I know, bro. That's how I feel. Coinbase event? Approaching the huge low. Dude, Solana looks cooked. It already broke it. It already broke its low from November. My thought is it broke its low from November. So there's a shot in hell it reverses right now. It goes back to 143. But probability wise, you rejected from resistance. You tested support. You broke low. I'm looking for 100 to 105. Events and presentations. Hey, Coinbase, you guys should like fly me out to some stuff and some cool things. I never see you guys. Coinbase announced a prediction market. Coinbase promises new products. I don't know what's their event. December 17th. That's today, 2 p.m. That's 45 minutes ago. Webcast. Yeah, it's probably nothing. I don't see anything. What are they doing? Put what on the 1 minute? Sol coin and hood added prediction markets, bro. Mark my words. Soon as whenever the government changes, whenever the power in our government changes hands, I'm not even saying to the other guys or whatever, people gonna go to jail for prediction markets. Prediction markets are bonkers. Prediction markets, think about this. You can't, like sports betting, casinos, they all have these regulations and things you can do, you can't do, certain bars of standards and things, right? And so basically prediction markets came in and said, hey guys, check this out. None of that, but we're going to do all the same thing. We're going to bet on all the things. We're going to bet on more things. And there's simply no rules because it's a prediction market. What is the difference? Like what? That's crazy. Like you can't do insider trading on stocks, but you could make a prediction market on your inside information, and all of a sudden it's insane. What is real? What is actually real? It is, they just like I say legalized, but that, I don't know if that's the right wordage. I don't even know if loophole is the right wordage. Basically just gave people a platform to ignore all laws regarding gambling, and then just sprinkled in insider trading. What, like, if you were going to insider trade, why don't you just go to Polymarket or whatever? I don't want to name Polymarket, prediction markets. It's insane, bro. It's insane that it's real. It's absolutely insane. People gonna go to jail for that eventually. What's up, Nature's Galaxy? Monero, along with 3x leverage, bro. I think Monero's bullish. I think that price is going to go up on it, but brother, my brother in Christ, why would you need 3x leverage, my friend? Why? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I bought a few $1,000s worth of Monero live a few weeks ago. Spot. Just chill in spot, bro. If you want to gamble, I mean, at least sign up with our exchange partner, BYDFi. Links in the video description below, pinned to the top of the chat. Get some big bonuses and help support the stream. BYDFi. Yeah, at least like I profit. At least I'll make some money. I think spot is king, brother. All kinds of crazy shit can happen. I think your idea was pretty good until you said leverage. Soul, go ahead, Soul, do something. Dude, like, yeah, like, didn't people just go to jail for sports betting, and then it's like, well, they should have just done it on the prediction market. So crazy. Soon is relative. True. Spot is the slow death. Hey, slow death is better than fast death. I would not trust anything that is up today. You said OMG is up 8%. I would not trust anything up for today. That sounds like liquidity grabbing. Altcoin is so effed. I mean, is it any more effed than anything else? Is it more effed than any of these other charts? I mean, no, it's above its October low. It's still above its November low. So technically it has a higher low the last 2 months for now. I don't really think that's going to hold. But compare that to, I don't know, 88. Compare that to DOT. It's all perspective. And in perspective, in the realm of things that are cooked, it's really no more or less cooked than it was for the last year. It's It's still at the same temperature. It's been under a heating lamp. Yeah, Coinbase fly me out, chill Max, and that's right, baby. I don't know to what. Do you think we can recover today, Lars? It's possible. It's possible. Bitcoin did turn around at just like the exact right time, but man, I don't know if I trust that little maneuver. Silver hit all-time highs. Gold is just the craziest looking thing. Absolutely send gold. Why can't I spin it? What? Why can't you spin it? You can't spin these icons anymore? When did they change that? That's weird. Did they make it so you can't? They don't have the little spinny, the little like button where you can like move? No. I should do no talking, a whole stream of no speech, and just images. In there. XPL. XP hit all-time high a few days ago. What? What? Cricket Daily. XPL dumped how much percent since it all-time high a few days ago? What are you looking at? All-time high a few days ago? What? I mean, like I guess it started trading. I guess that counts as an all-time high. Like I said, you said Litecoin's cooked. There are things that are more well done. This looks crazy, dude. This is already down. So from the actual all-time high, 92%. Let's look at 16 cents. Oh, it's already under 16 cents. So it's already 90% down. Maybe. Check back in at 9.5. Crypto is the #1 target of Interpol. What is that? What's up, V people? Christmas is canceled. Yes. Am I the thief? Did I just say we go to all-time high from now on? I don't believe I said that. No, you're smoking, brother. I wish. I wish. Gold, I think is going to go to all-time high. I think it's going to go to all-time high this week. And hell, it could happen today. Look at the market cap of gold. Market cap of gold is 32 trillion. Bitcoin's market cap. If Bitcoin had gold's market cap, a practice that is not really useful in any way to talk about, but sometimes you need it. Bitcoin would be like 1.6 million, I think, something like that, around that. I do not love that Bitcoin already looks like it's already losing some of that steam on the bounce. Coinbase fly him out. Where are we going, Coinbase? Where are we going? PLTR. If I believe gold will make that move, make that trade. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Damn. It's like perfectly terrible. I do the same. Hold up. Remember, never blindly copy what I do. I get wrecked. I get wrecked too. Maybe this will be one of those times. Should I have done more than 10x? It's such a bad idea. Yeah, I should have at least made that. Wait for that pullback, but man. There you go. There it is. On BYDFi. Go ahead, sign up using my link. BYDFi. There it is. I kind of want to do more trades on gold. I didn't realize I had packs of G on all these exchanges. More to come. TBD. To be determined. Tesla back to green. Yeah, all markets kind of just like dipped into the water and buoyed up a little. I'm not super convinced by it though. Don't. I do. I wish I want to be more long gold actually. So it's not today, Portuguese. It's not today. I thought it was Friday, but apparently there isn't a definitive moment, like time set. When I looked it up on CryptoCraft, it actually said Tuesday, but that could be like Tuesday here, Wednesday, or Thursday here, Friday there. You know what I mean? But it says tentative. It doesn't have a time. So I'm not sure. We'll find out. Tau. What was that pump this morning, bro? Just pain in chart form. Like, look at this candle. Know what it really is. That's what it is. The classic pattern. It's Bitcoin telling us to go F ourselves, basically. Something. Now Bitcoin's not moving. It's gonna wait till I end the stream. The good old FU pattern, it really do. It's classic. Best gold taker on stock market? I have no idea. If I'm going to trade gold, I'm probably going to end up trading 𝐂𝐴𝐺 just because it's on the exchanges. I mean, it's kept its peg for many years. I probably would never hold 𝐂𝐴𝐺 and, like, you know, expect. This will be live for whenever the Bank of Japan does this. I'm gonna have to put in some homework and figure this out. Look out for that stream. It's gonna be spicy. We'll cover that live just like an FOMC. I think that makes sense. Today was a rough one, but we were here. I appreciate you guys tuning in. You make it worth it. You make it every stream, no matter what happens, whether it's price action or not. You guys tuning in, hanging out with me, sharing your feelings, sharing your thoughts, your ideas. It always makes it worth it, and I appreciate it every time. Make sure you subscribed, join the channel, jump in the Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown, and sign up with our exchange partner, BYD5. If you sign up with them, not only will you get, you know, the industry standard of bonuses and whatever, but if you ever have an issue, this goes for all my links, but if you ever have an issue with the exchange, contact customer support. But if you don't get an answer, or if you get an answer that isn't fair, contact me in the Discord. Open a ticket, let me know what happened, and I will advocate on your behalf. That's a huge offer. Nobody does that. I will go to bat for you. That is an infinitely valuable thing in this space, because when I say something to them, they listen, they get it done. And exchanges are just infamously bad at customer support. So sign up with BYD5, links in the video description. You'll find it in the Discord. We'll be live maybe tomorrow for the Bank of Japan's decision. If it's not tomorrow, Friday, and I will